Hello guys and welcome to Barca Forever, the Barcelona channel that gives you all the news, updates and just general discussions surrounding the world of the blue and red. The best team in the world, FC Barcelona. Let's get into it. Now the boys have already had a few training sessions after the Christmas break and I'm sure all the culés are excited to get back. I think we can all mostly agree the way we closed off 2025 makes the Blaugrana fan base excited and confident to face the upcoming challenges in 2026. With the exception of Gavi, who is the only major player still missing in action, everybody is back, including Ter Stegen, and dare I say Araujo, who is going to be our point of discussion for today. Now, Matt, another issue that we can touch on another day. But right now, we really have to address this each and scratch out these issues we have with Araujo. Now, I know it's highly unlikely you wouldn't know this as a Barcelona fan, but in case there are some of us who have been living under a rock, Araujo has been back since the first training day session. He had been taking a break from football since that 3-0 debacle at Chelsea in the Champions League. A match in which he managed to get himself sent off, red card given for a combined 2 yellow cards, one for dissent, leaning up against the referee while contesting a call, and the second one for the reckless mistimed tackle on Cucurella. And I'm sure it's needless to say this to Barcelona fans, but we were really annoyed. Of course, it left us with 10 men, one less man for a large portion of that game that we had to face. And then, of course, in the immediate aftermath, the club and credible football platforms started reporting that Araujo himself had asked the club to take a leave of absence for a while because the red card, it seemed, had really been affecting him and the situation was taking its toll on a personal level. And it does seem that he spent that time away wisely because he managed to go on a religious pilgrimage to Israel just to get in touch with his spiritual, and he's had to turn off his IG comments. And granted, I mean, you can't blame him. Social media does get crazy sometimes. If you think about it, thousands of people venting their frustrations and they feel they can say anything they want just because they are hiding behind a keyboard. Now me, personally, I don't condone the hate directed at him. However, I have no qualms with the criticism in his direction because that only stems from the fans' frustration of him repeatedly making the same mistakes. And so I do get where the fans are coming from and also that they feel away. I mean, when you do well and you soak up all the praise and adoration that the fans shower you with, then you must not feel in a privileged position when you present bad performances and the fans start shoving and piling that criticism on you. It's a two-way street. Now, don't get me wrong, Araujo has produced some amazing performances. If we take his run with Back, Balde, Araujo, Christensen and Kunde, an absolutely solid defense conceding the least goals in the 2022-2023 season. Or who could forget that time when Araujo was deployed by Xavi at right back to cover Vini, with the result after a few of those Clásicos being Araujo crowned beyond a shadow of a doubt the winner of the battle between the two of them. And he was such a unanimous winner of that battle at that time that this started to happen. It was so good, he was so impeccable in those performances, it was incredible. And in as much as he has given us some exhilarating highs, unfortunately we've also experienced some underwhelming lows. And again, I don't condone the hate, but here's where I feel some of this criticism against Araujo is warranted. It's when you do things like this on the biggest stage, not only as a player but as a captain wearing the armband. And not only do you do it once, you do it twice, you double down. And as excruciating as it is to watch and rewatch and relive unfortunate episodes, that's not the worst part. The worst part is that you, Araujo, you don't take accountability and responsibility for your shortcomings. For example, the red card against PSG, Araujo, instead of owning up, and in spite of what Gundogan had stated about that event, he came out all defensive and unapologetic like he had done absolutely nothing wrong. And then you went on to have a horrendous performance against Inter Milan, to which again, we did not receive an apology for that. What we did get was half an attempt at an apology, but it was basically founded on excuses. And to be totally fair, it wasn't all his fault. I mean, those goals came about after a culmination of errors that were preceding the Araujo moment. It doesn't, however, remove him from the situation or the effect that those mistakes had on the team. So by the time he repeats his shenanigans against Chelsea, I mean, the fans expect it. It's not a surprise. It's all power and no finesse with Araujo. And even following that, there was no real apology. Instead, he took a vacation in the middle of the season. Of course, now he's back amidst mixed feelings from the Barcelona fans, I must say. Some very supportive and hoping to see him improve and maybe regain his previous form. And others maybe not so sympathetic because they're simply over the atrocities and lack of apologies that they hope he doesn't continue beyond the end of this season. And I'd like to say this one more time for the record, that I don't condone the hateful comments that have been thrown his way, and at the same time don't want to undermine mental health issues because they are real issues. But I must pose this question. If one of us average Joes, either you or I, were to make a mistake at work and then you go to your boss citing the mistake that you or I made is giving me or you emotional distress, and then you ask for some time off work to recover, from that mistake that you made, how do you think that conversation with your boss would go? Just a question to pose. Yeah, just a little something for you guys to think about. Anyway, guys, let me know your feelings. Do you guys give Araujo a chance and be hopeful to see better? Or are you one of those who is just past that conversation and you just want to see the back of him, at least for some decent amount of money? So yeah, share your thoughts, guys. Leave a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the content. This is Forever Barca. You could have been doing a million other things, but you sacrificed your precious time to share a few moments with me. 1,000 times appreciated. See you in the next video.